What's happening, everyone? Thanks for being here. So today we're going to step outside the box a little bit and address something that I've kind of been avoiding for quite a while, and that's the whole red pill, blue pill situation. It's pretty hard to ignore the comments that I get every time I make a video about women or what women notice first about a man, or just women in general. And it's very clear that there's a lot of men out there that have very strong opinions about going their own way and not dating women. A lot of these guys feel so strongly that they seem to go out of their way and spend a lot of energy trying to tell other guys who want female companionship that they're wrong and that if you give women any attention at all, that somehow makes you a simp. So today, I wanted to address the topic and at least let you know my personal opinion on the matter. So I've never really done one of these types of reaction videos before, but I've seen a lot of other people make videos like this. And the video that I'm going to be reacting to is from David over at How to Beast, because it seemed like a pretty good video to react to. So sit tight and enjoy. And if you have anything to add, please feel free to leave your comments down below. Let's get started.
The red pill. Pretty good actually. This one's a pink pill. Yep, that's the one. That's the one.
Love that. Very funny stuff right up front. So I'm going to leave a link to his full-length video down in the video description so you can go watch the entire thing. But if you're not familiar with David, he's been around, I think, for quite a while and has a very successful YouTube channel along with several other successful businesses. Now, he's obviously speaking to a lot younger demographic of guys, but his content basically surrounds men's self-improvement.
What is going on, bro? Welcome to the video. When it comes to self-improvement advice for men, it seems that by far the most popular and relevant genre over the last few years is this red pill, manosphere, alpha male inspired advice.
All right, so really quick, if you are not familiar with the whole red pill, blue pill thing, this basically comes from the movie The Matrix. And what this means is, if you take the blue pill, you're sort of shaded from reality. But if you take the red pill, you can basically see the world as it really is.
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
In the past, I've given some brief thoughts here and there about what I don't really like about it, but today I want to dive in a little bit deeper and take a look at a few guys who have been trending in this space and just go through a couple videos of theirs with y'all. These are guys who I've been familiar with, but I haven't consumed a lot of their content, to be honest. So we're gonna go through this together and I'm gonna give you my raw reaction.
Now, truth be told, and to be fair, I'm not familiar with any of the guys that he's about to show in his video, so I'm not sure what type of following they have or what their individual backgrounds are. So let's dive in and listen to the first gentleman.
With all these chicks just stuck in their house, sitting there, bored, completely in love with me. And of course, they don't go out. They're not allowed out.
So first off, we got Andrew Tate, and he is coming in hot.
I don't know what kind of bitch-ass dude is letting his chicks go to the club with her friends without him. No restaurants, no clubs, nothing.
He doesn't even let his girls go out to the restaurants.
All right, I just gotta say right up front that I think this is pretty harsh. Now, I also have to realize that these guys are probably like 20 to 30 years younger than I am, but not allowing your girlfriend to go to a restaurant, at least in my opinion, is way too controlling.
Now, to be fair, there's definitely some truth here. If you're dating a girl exclusively and she's a girl who wants to go out to the clubs all the time with her friends, I would say that's a red flag because, like, what do people do when they go out to the clubs? They're talking to people of the opposite gender, and at the very least, this is going to be a girl who, who really likes male attention. That's probably not a sign of a very loyal girl, right?
And this is a great point. Now, I can see this for like younger women in their 20s and 30s, but I think as women and men, for that matter, get older, nightclubs aren't really a regular occurrence, right? I think that most of us would probably swap out the nightclub for a nice lounge setting. And if you're going out to a lounge and you want to talk to women, or even just in your day-to-day life, you've got to be wearing a nice fragrance so that you smell amazing. And that's why Scentbird is a sponsor of today's video. Scentbird is reimagining everything about how people discover, purchase, and experience all sorts of different fragrances. Scentbird is also helping people start and broaden their relationships with different fragrances and also build their own collection. Scentbird lets you choose brand new designer fragrances to try every month. You get to pick what you want, so there's no surprises. With each fragrance, you'll get a 30-day supply so you can try out and test lots of different fragrances before you commit to a full-size bottle. Now, there's going to be a discount code and a special link down in the video description box that's going to get you 55% off your first month, which makes it like $7 to get started. Now, this month, I got Dance Sauvage by Chris Collins, Pegasus by Parfums de Marly, and Well Played by Confessions of a Rebel. Now, Pegasus is very popular right now, and it's a little bit fruity, but also has notes of wood, spice, and vanilla. Now, Dance Sauvage is kind of boozy and spicy, and then Well Played is a little more fresh with lavender, but also warm with tonka bean. You also get this really cool vial, and the sample sizes are large enough to last like 30 days. Once again, there's going to be a link with a discount code down in the video description that gets you 55% off, so it's only like $7 to get started. Thank you, Scentbird, for sponsoring this video, and once again, the link and the discount code are down below. Now, back to the video.
But the restaurants, man, he might just be throwing some humor in there, trying to exaggerate a little bit. If you're someone who's that concerned about your girl leaving the house, I'd be curious, like, why? You know, what's happened to you in the past that's caused you to have these trust issues?
100%. I mean, if you won't let your girlfriend go to a restaurant with her friends or go shopping with her friends or have a general life of her own, why are you trying to be so controlling? Like, what happened to you in the past? And I don't understand this mentality at all. Look at it this way. If she wants to go out with her girlfriends and talk to a bunch of other guys or actually even hook up with another guy, I'd probably say there's something lacking in her relationship with you. And that's on her. That's not on you. If you guys aren't communicating effectively and aren't a good fit for each other, or if there's something lacking in the overall relationship, and keep in mind, this goes both ways, one of you is going to start looking for outside validation.
If you think a man like me has to be loyal to some stupid whoopie like you, you're out of your mind. You ain't been through a fraction of the shit I've been through to become the man I am. You're nothing.
Seems like there's a lot of anger here, a lot of anger towards women. But it's kind of the funny part about the red pill for me is that there's a lot of anger towards women and almost putting them down as second-class citizens, so to speak, but below men, yet all of the purpose of their content is geared towards getting girls. It would be like if I hated pizza. I was like, bro, pizza is disgusting. It's the problem with our society. People are getting overweight and putting on fat because they're eating all this pizza. It's terrible. But then I'm going every night to Domino's to just trying to eat as many pizzas as I can and bragging about it at the same time. Like, what? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's 100% correct. There seems to be a lot of anger towards the entire female population for some reason right now. But look, I totally understand that a lot of men have been put through the ringer in previous relationships, and they've probably been mistreated. But in my opinion, that doesn't mean that the entire female population is the same way. And it's also kind of a funny point that he made about the pizza analogy, because a lot of the guys that seem to be pissed off at women spend a lot of time talking about how to get women.
Chivalry's not dead. Women do not want to be men as much as they lead on. They want men to be men.
I do think there's truth there. I think a lot of the alpha females you'll meet out there who are a little bit more aggressive and defensive up front, I think likely most of these women have had some events in their past, likely a guy they dated in their past, where either they suffered some abuse or the guy was very weak and didn't know how to lead. And as a result of these things, it's kind of like a defense mechanism that, look, I can't depend on men, so I need to depend on myself.
So I think that maybe a lot of people don't understand, or at least miss the point that this whole thing goes both ways. Men are pissed off at women because they've been mistreated in the past. And women are pissed off at men because they've been treated poorly in the past. And it's the exact same thing for both sides. But listen, don't get me wrong, because I'm not categorizing everybody into the same box, saying that the reason that you don't want female companionship is because you've been mistreated. There's many, many other reasons why men and women don't want to be in a relationship, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So one thing I love to tell girls, when they try to approach a door, I tell them directly, do not open a door around me. In fact, if you beat me to the door, wait, I'll be right there, but you're not opening the door.
That seems a little bit strange of a thing to say to me. It's one thing to always make an effort to open the door and to do the chivalrous thing. I think that's great, but to tell a girl that, I think it would come across as if you were trying to overcompensate. It comes across as if you're trying to be like, I'm this manly man, don't open any doors around me. Like, actions always speak louder than words, and if you actually do that and demonstrate that, from my experience, that's a lot more impactful than like telling someone that. Like, for example, we know women generally find assertive men attractive, and one way to show this up front is to approach the girl, ask her out, and to set up the date. But you wouldn't, after you approached her, you wouldn't tell her, I'm gonna ask you for your number, and then I'm gonna set up the date, and don't you dare suggest a place where we're gonna eat, because I'm gonna suggest the place.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where the guy's coming from here, and I can understand, I guess, what he's trying to do, but it seems to be a little bit overkill, at least in my opinion. Demonstrate to the woman that you're with by opening doors for her and opening car doors for her. But I'm not so sure about demanding that she wait outside the door so you can catch up and then open it for her.
My issue that I take, my only qualm is when the rhetoric gets very extreme and it starts to go down a path of like women are the problem and it's just them and they're the reason for the deteriorating dating market and men don't have any responsibility. All girls are gonna cheat, they're all hoes. My worry is that guys who are looking for dating advice and trying to level up and are naturally gonna be consuming these things, like they want to improve their life, right? And even though there's a lot of truth and a lot of tools being given that can help them improve their life, I don't think you want to subconsciously have this mindset of hate towards women, because now you're approaching your dating life from this place of weakness and bitterness and wanting to beat women. Like, you want to win the interaction.
I totally agree with what he's saying, and it's crazy because I can see all these dudes out there that have been mistreated in the past and they're carrying around all this resentment. These guys are out there meeting women who have also been mistreated in the past, and they're carrying around resentment. It's like this huge train wreck that's about to happen when these two people finally come together. And it's like they're competing with each other about who's the strongest and who's going to give in first and actually show some feelings.
For me, I want to improve my dating life or have a good dating life because it adds value to my life and it makes me happier, whether I'm hooking up with a girl, having a casual relationship, or in a committed relationship. Like, I want to actually enjoy the company of women. I don't want to look at them as these subservient creatures, but then at the same time want to spend a bunch of time with them. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm not saying you need a girlfriend or a wife to be happy. I say it over and over again, bro. Like, girls are the icing on your cake. Bake a dope cake. The flour, the butter, the eggs. That's your fitness, your habits, your career, your overall well-being. And if you find a cool girl or a few cool girls, they're just the icing. They're just the cool design on top. You can take that off the cake and it's still a dope cake.
Great analogy here. Bravo. I say this all the time as well, and I used a mirror analogy. You attract what you are. So if you're in a place of mediocrity, you will attract the same thing. But if you take time to work on yourself and work on areas of your life that need improvement, then you start attracting people to your life who are just like you. But not only that, now you can start to recognize people who aren't on your same level, and you won't even consider them as options.
And if you're someone who really resonates with this more extreme red pill rhetoric and you feel negativity and anger towards women, I want to leave you with two questions. Are those beliefs making your life better and happier, or are they just making it easier to get by each day? And second, and more importantly, why do you feel this way? Like, seriously, sit for a second and ask, why do I feel this way towards women?
He's making a great point here. So is spending time and energy holding resentment and being angry, is that making your life any better? But I also understand the feeling of being part of a group, right? And I think that men who are holding on to resentment find other guys who feel the same way. Because now it seems okay, because there's this feeling of, I guess, comfort within a community, because there's other guys out there just like them. And this feeling of community now validates how you feel and makes everything seem okay.
Because every guy I've talked to this about has either had an abusive relationship in the past with a girl who, cheated on him or did something really disrespectful and left, or they're guys who had zero success with girls at all. And it offers, a belief system that makes it okay. That means that they're better off without girls almost, because girls suck anyway.
Exactly. Listen, just for the record, the whole point of this video wasn't to say who's right or who's wrong. The point is, if you find yourself in a place of anger, ask yourself why. If it's been a past few relationships that maybe have gone sideways, that doesn't mean that the rest of your life is doomed. All that means is those relationships didn't work out. But either way, I'm sure there's a lot more to talk about here, but if you made it this far in the video, please hit the thumbs up button to let me know, and also please consider subscribing because I'm making 2 videos every single week. And with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.